Hello, Internet. We all have a pretty good idea of what exactly a fully sovereign state is defined as, well, most of us. However, what exactly constitute as a place that is kind of like a country, but not really, but kind of? This question opens up a colossal behemoth of conflicting terms, titles, concepts, and designations. Some will argue that in order to be fully sovereign, you need your own self-sustainable government, an economy, currency, diplomatic policy, passport, and sometimes even a postage stamp that enthusiasts go crazy after, and so on. And some places in this world, although not fully recognized, do have some of those things. With the technical exception of Antarctica, most of all the land on Earth falls under the sovereignty of a fully sovereign country. Countries are typically broken down into different types of geographical administrative divisions, like states, provinces, departments, municipalities, parishes, and regions. However, sometimes you get one area that just kind of wanders off and decides it wants to govern itself. One of the easiest ways we could break this down would be to categorize places that literally have the title of country in their title, like the constituent country nations. Countries that have constituencies include Denmark with Greenland and the Faroe Islands, the Netherlands with Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin. Remember, Bonaire is a municipality, not a country. New Zealand with the Cook Islands and Niue, the UK with Scotland, Wales, and England. Northern Ireland is not a country, but a region. Technically, Polynesia remains under the title of an overseas country within the Republic of France. Technically, each emirate in the Emirates is a country ruled by an emir. And technically, even Little Nevis has this thing where they're kind of free to walk out on St. Kitts and peace out. Each of these places is labeled as a country or a self-governing state and free association, but under the overarching sovereignty of a unified larger state. You could also consider the autonomous areas where they are either created by international or domestic agreements. These places are still incorporated, but distinctly separate in a unified identity and legislatively held loose by their respective parent nations. Some of these places could include areas like Hong Kong and Macau for China, Puerto Rico and the Mariana Islands for the US. Some would argue that American Samoa and Guam could also fit under this category, but that's a whole nother story. Finland has Åland Island, which is almost completely inhabited by Swedes. Myanmar has Danu, Kokkan, Naga, Paluang, Pa'o, and Wa. And India, with its amazing ability to hold its country together with all their autonomous districts and territorial councils such as Bodoland, Chakma, Dima, Hasao, Garo Hills, Gorkhaland, Jaintia Hills, Karbi Anglong, Kargil, Khasi Hills, Lai, Leh, Mara, Tripura tribal areas, and North Sentinel Island, which has one of the last remaining populations of people that are virtually untouched by modern civilization, as they are commonly known for attacking visitors. And don't even get started with all the autonomous republics, oblasts, okrugs that you find in places like Russia and Azerbaijan, Georgia, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan, and so on. Some places have autonomous islands. Barbuda is like with Antigua, Zanzibar is like with Tanzania, and Rodriguez is like with Mauritius. Moldova has two weird territorial units and one with special legal status as it wants independence, which brings us to the disputed states. Many places are to some degree vying for independence with either quite a bit, some little or no international recognition. Some of these places could include Abkhazia that Georgia claims, Kosovo that Serbia claims, the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus that Cyprus claims, the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic or Western Sahara that Morocco claims, Somaliland that Somalia claims, and let's not even get involved with all that drama with Spain, or of course everyone's favorite screaming ground. Which brings us to the next part. Some places have self-governing tribal or ethnic divisions. Panama has its indigenous territories, Ethiopia with its ethnic Woredas, of course China with its autonomous regions. The US and Canada both have tribal reservations that have their own presidents and laws. Bosnia and Herzegovina have their own entities, and so on and so on. Some places even want to join and meld in with other nations. Kosovo with Albania, the Republic of Srpska with Serbia, Soch with Kyrgyzstan. Guam and the Marianas have had talks to join, possibly creating a new state known as the Marianas. Transcarpathia to Hungary, Bukovina to Romania, and for a while a ton of the Caribbean countries have had talks about joining up to create a single Caribbean union. Tuvalu and Kiribati have had talks to join, and even Turks and Caicos have had talks about joining Canada, making it possibly the Hawaii of Canada. Then you have strange micronations. These are incredibly small plots of land that are kind of like joke nations, but nonetheless still claim their own sovereignty. Places like Freetown Christiania in Copenhagen, Denmark, the Principality of Wye, Sealand, and that ball in the middle of Germany, and the list goes on and on. Overall, this world has developed into a strange combination of power grabs and power releases, and in the end, it all kind of looks like a big messy soup of beautiful conflict. Whether you think a certain area is a country or not depends on you, but regardless, everyone in the world just wants to end up eating, sleeping, going to work, and chilling out afterwards, no matter where they are. Hey Geography peeps, so it was really fun making the CGP Grey parody video. As you guys know, CGP Grey is one of my favorite YouTubers. He's one of the reasons why I made this channel. Also, originally I wasn't even exactly planning on doing an April Fool's video because, as you guys know, I've been really busy with helping out my family and moving them out to LA and helping out my dad with his medical condition. But I decided, hey, I gotta do it, so I made this video in like 2 days. So thank you guys so much, and especially thank you to the Patreon patrons who have helped out with all the funding and costs with my family and all that crazy stuff. So thank you guys so much, Patreon patrons. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for all your help and support. We made it past 200,000 subscribers, so that's amazing. That's great. Thank you guys. And yeah, let's keep up and let's see if we can get to 300 at some point, maybe throughout this year. All right, stay cool, stay tuned.